As an artist, how do you perform the same song in the same location over and over and over again without keeping your fans from getting bored? Today, I'm breaking down exactly how Lyvia does it, an R&B artist hailing out of Nottingham, and why her bus stop performance, Make a Cup of Tea with Me, and her studio anywhere, anytime content strategy is one of the smartest I've seen all year. And so if you're struggling with posting the same verse of the song 10, 20, 30 times without boring your audience and you're worried what content to create, pay attention. Because it's not about changing the location. It's about building an emotion through your content. And every time you show up on people's feeds, you give them a trigger that pulls them into a state of enjoying your song. So as always, let's jump into Spotify first and take a look at her stream. So 435,000 monthly listeners. Some of these tracks are on 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, or 10 million streams. And the most recent track we're going to analyze, Reload, is just closing in on 1 million. So let's break down the strategy. I'll jump over to Instagram and show you some of Lyvia's content. So 403,000 followers with DistroKid right now. And I want to break down a couple of key formats. So one of them is this right here, the bus stop performance. Every time I look and I reload, sitting in my cup, got me feeling fine. It's pretty when she dancing on reload. I really want it tonight. Just promise to keep it on the reload. I don't want to fantasize, but I don't want to fall in if I want to be low key. Just wanna. Because this is not even about the bus stop. It's not about the location. It's not about the camera. It's about the feeling. Self-expression, energy and warmth from all of her friends. It's about sisterhood and watching someone enjoy their own music without embarrassment or without ego. And so that kind of joy, every time it appears on your timeline, you want more of it, not less. And when you really tap into it, it takes you back to a state of mind where you feel free. And I love seeing my brother Riddler in the background. I love seeing Nottingham artists in the content celebrating their friend, and their friend is celebrating them, making them a part of her journey. Right? And so Lyvia's done hundreds of these. This has really been one of her claim to fame content ideas, standing at the exact same bus stop for 3 or 4 years. Literally going out at sunset time or in the middle of the night. She clearly has a nice light that's on the floor. She has the exact same background, and there are visual hooks involved. Every time a bus drives past, every time, the street lights or the lamps of the car drive past, it creates something that pulls you into the moment with dynamic energy. And so she's done hundreds of these variations. I can scroll through a few, right? Exact same bus stop, right? But in the afternoon time, so cloudy day, she's always holding her signature cup of tea that's part of her brand. And in many bits of content, she says, I'm genuinely drinking that cup of tea. It's not a prop. It's so cold out there, I wanted to stay warm. So I took something with me from my house. It's clearly right on the corner of her street, must be. And she's performing in her ends. And that's important to feel like part of this community. That building block in the background is always there. All right, so she might do it solo. She might do it surrounded by friends.
Yeah, I'll admit it. The way I did it wasn't right. Now I'm feeling a little bad cause he was good to me. Yeah, even when he didn't have to be. Yeah, cause.
And whichever song she's promoting, this is her recurring content idea. The bus stop performance. Because it's become part of her brand and its signature that you can't talk about Lyvia without mentioning her bus stop performances. But then more recently, she switched it up, and I've loved this second content idea, which is I'm going to call the Make a Cup of Tea with Me.
1, 2, 3, losing my bank card and my car keys, losing my mind. Thank God that you got me every night. I memorize the shape of your smile and your phone number. When I need you, baby, I dial.
And this serves as a visual hook because she's doing something with her hands. She might be breaking off some mint leaves. She might be opening the milk, pouring water from the kettle. And so your eyes get distracted there, but your ears are still listening to the content. And some of these videos are clearly on, 1 million views on Instagram, 2 million views on Instagram. And all of those people are hearing the song. She starts with a 4-beat countdown, like 1, 2, 3, 4. She'll start with her 5, 6, 7, 8, and then she'll jump into the song. And that 4-beat count creates anticipation that the viewer is expecting something to happen. And so they start paying more attention what's going to happen after the count. And then they start to enjoy the music. And personally, I want to know how many hats Lyvia has, because she has a lovely collection of beanies and hoodies as well. It's all about that comfort life.
1, 2, 3, let me double up, get that reload. Something in my cup got me feeling fine.
What I think is amazing is that Lyvia uses these moments to unpack very personal, vulnerable parts of her identity, a part of her relationships, and a part of her story. And so a lot of people feel like this is a safe space where they can be themselves. If you're having a girl talking about falling on love with her crush, or going on holiday with an ex, or doing these types of things that her music is about, it creates relatability and it breaks down barriers. Like, it's socially acceptable for this musician to talk about it, so we as people can talk about it too. And then Lyvia's been traveling on tour. She's been performing all across the UK and across Europe, and so naturally she'd have to take her studio with her. And she started to use an audio interface, a Shure microphone just like this, and she's been making her studio anytime, anywhere she is. And that creates content that looks a little bit like this.
Well, I just put the table for two in my favorite restaurants to eat. Oh, babe, I had a long day. You know exactly how it is to feel.
Right? And no matter where she is, if it's literally on the bed in a hotel room, or if it's in a cafe and she's literally ordered a cup of tea and some breakfast, she's created this environment where it's about being a UK artist. You know, going to a greasy cafe and having a cup of tea and your hash browns and your vegetarian breakfast. That is what being British is about in some parts of culture. And so she's tapping into that energy by saying, I'm one of the people. I'm not above, I'm not different. And these are the ideas that really make Lyvia's music stand out.
She took my heart, got plans to keep it. I took her ass to Santorini. Cheeky, short shorts and a bikini. I can make you take them off from a freaking genie. You know I'm a sucker for a pretty face, and you're the motherfucker that I wanna take home.
And these are 3 very simple, repeatable content ideas that Lyvia does to build her brand to 400,000 monthly listeners. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, book all these fancy production shoots, and spend crazy amounts of money. She clearly just has a camera she owns, a tripod, a light, and a system. And she repeats through these ideas, and they're just so effective. And so if you are releasing music this year, I want you to pay attention to how Lyvia does it. Pick 1 to 3 simple, repeatable ideas and make that the foundation of your album strategy.